You can call me, just call me by my name. It's my other name Hurst. Last name's Hurst. Angelica Hurst. Angelica Hurst.
Sure.
Yeah, Angelique. Like Angelique Hurst.
Angelique.
Yeah, Angelique.
That's a beautiful name.
Thank you.
Angelique, where'd you grow up? Where are you from?
Well, my life actually, it's a funny question you asked me. My life has been, it's all pre-production for my life. So how am I going to answer the questions? Because we haven't started the original, for the final original, for everyone and everything. Because we're not going to go in a circle this time. We're going to go forward to the future.
What you drinking?
Thank you. So thirsty.
What are you drinking?
Arnold Palmer. But you can call me Alexia too, capital Alexia, and that's my name. Okay. I just shared it with I was doing these codes, and I put everybody's name in Alexia, so people started calling themselves Alexia.
Alexia, tell me about your childhood, your family, growing up.
I just don't want to offend anybody. So misunderstood. My childhood. My childhood was really rough. Because I had to be. We didn't know it was wrong. In America, we don't know that abortion. When you're really young, if you have a clinic somewhere, like I just assumed the clinic or the hospital was like a normal place. You go to get better. So I was really naive. And we're all really young, on a 12-month calendar. And so I had an abortion, and I don't know what I was thinking. I guess they promoted it on television, like it's so normal.
How old were you?
I was 15. And of course I would never, since then I've been doing this was a long time ago. This is been because I'm back again. It's complicated to explain, but this is because I keep the same. I'm very old, actually, spiritually and physically. I just don't portray it. I don't look like it.
You don't?
No, that's why I'm not used to. I'm not really used to doing interviews or people asking questions because they're like, "What?" But yeah, it was a long time ago when this happened. It was my final time as being my old life. I was Alexia Dubasso, girl that went to school. I went to lycée for a little while. It was a French school. And that was a great upbringing. I had a beautiful childhood. It was the best ever. But I had to do a lot of work because of the abortion. I had to do a lot of amends. It's very heavy penalty to get into a heavenly place. Very heavy. So I dedicated my life to working with children, and I have ever since. For the children. So yeah, I love children. I love children's childhood is the most important. So I got really, really into saving little babies, really small babies.
There's not a lot of children here on Skid Row.
Those are a little older. I deal with the babies and newborns, and even before newborn. Because God has you, when you have an abortion, if He really loves you and you have a good connection with Him and and you love God, thank God I did. I had to go through feeling what the abortion pains felt like, being aborted. I had to get aborted. And it was the worst day of my life. Or the worst 3 days. I heard that I don't know, we're so young, we're not even, and we're so naive. When I just feel terrible. Sometimes people look at that's a monstrous thing to do. And it just really wasn't, it's just misunderstood or lack of experience.
How would you describe your childhood in general?
My childhood? Well, it was, I was a child having a child. I was giving birth to myself. So going through that, I had to carry myself. And then you get reborn. So my reborn names day was on 3 my original birthday, 2/19/1988. Perfect past history. Before having Megan as a cover. She's a fantastic person. Jennifer. And now I guess Alexia from the 15-month calendar. So I was really unaware of what was going on. Like, I don't know what this covers mean or what that means, because I'm really, no one tells me anything. I have to learn myself. So I gave birth to myself, and but she didn't come out of me. She just kind of like, I had to. How do you explain it? That's really weird. So I was really abused. I was really abused. People didn't want to. They thought I was a drug addict, and when drug addiction happens, there's no such thing as drug addiction. Drug addiction happens when the person needs more and more. They don't have the right medicine. They're just not getting the right medicine. They need more of it because they need a stronger dose. They need something more. If you get the right medicine, or if you get the right pill, and you won't need to have it all the time, it'll come really naturally. Or the right alcohol. Alcohol too is really misunderstood. So and spirits are important. So we need to keep in touch with our family.
What kind of girl were you in high school?
Jesus drank wine. He was very obvious about it when he sat at the table and was like, "Here, have a glass of wine. I'm sitting with my friends. Come break bread with me." And my darlings where was she, to the right or the left? It's very similar to me and my relationship with my son, because Jesus' mom was his mother, Mary was his wife, and I guess eventually later on maybe his daughter even. I really love Mary.
What kind of girl were you in high school, Alexia?
Excuse me?
What kind of girl were you in high school?
Oh, since I wasn't adopted, and I called myself Danielle Lindbergh. It was Danielle Lindenberg, and then I changed it to L. Birdie. And I had a really strange childhood because I didn't really have, my parents, I guess, were still associated with my previous, stature. And so being born on 3/18/2020, or born again, I guess that's what God means when you're born again. But normal people would be born again and have an enlightenment. This wasn't an enlightening experience, but it really was enlightening because abortion's now illegal in how many states? I mean, the whole world. It will be illegal in very soon everywhere, because the baby's very conscious. And I had to experience 3 minutes of the pain. And I had angels, or the baby, I didn't know later. I had so many fans, I was so lucky, but I didn't know most experience 3 days of that pain. God is very gracious, and the people are so gracious, but I felt really bad about it. Like, I haven't really forgiven myself about it. Like, I didn't, we're just, yeah. So I had a really rough childhood. I felt like I'd been cut off from the Creator, because that's what happens when you get an abortion.
Are drugs a part of your life?
Yeah, I thought drugs were like normal, because the food. I used to. I mean, drugs, if they're part of that, yeah, they were normal. Drugs are like I said, they're very personal. Heroin came out, and it was specifically for the saint girls that were doing martyrship work. So it was called heroin, and it also was about soulmate relationships with a straight person, a woman and a man, because they believed that women come from Venus, and men come from Mars. So they thought if they both had a drug, heroin would be good for the girl, and hero would be good for the guy. So when they would be apart from each other, I mean, hero could keep his men, and then the heroine could keep her heroine, but together they could make it work. And hero never came out. Heroin came out and was stolen by the public, because I heard it was a private drug. Actually, the same thing, but there's different kinds of heroin. And hero was supposed to come out, And it didn't, which also says a lot, speaks a lot about not accepting our alpha male in society and giving him away, as so therefore we never even get the omega factor in, because people were murdering their own people and their lineage to their creator by getting abortions and things like that, which is such a dangerous thing to do to society.
How old are you, Alexia?
Well, I was born in '88, but on a planet called the Sirius XMU. It was like my home. It was my Earth. I didn't know there was any other planet. I thought that was Earth. And it's much smaller. It's a very small planet. It's very intimate, and people are really nice. We don't have any problems. It might have even been Planet Hollywood, some people called it. Planet Hollywood was my home. It wasn't just a place to do movies, and it was like my home. I loved it. I'm so homesick. I never got, the Sirius XMU never found me again. I heard them making announcements, but I had such a terrible, so hard to be so young. I kept on missing the calls. No one would tell me anything. They wouldn't say anything. They were quiet.
Have you ever been treated for mental conditions?
I heard that, yeah. I heard that the medication, it should be the letters of your name, because you carry karma with your name. And the letters somehow correspond with that. I don't know how that works. But yeah.
Have you taken medications?
Yeah, I liked Lexapro a lot. I loved it. It was great. The drugs really work now, and they're healthy for you. But if you take a drug that's not good for you, it can be the consequences are irreversible. You could be drifting apart from all your friends, which I believe is the reason why I'm missing my friends, is because somebody got me sober, and I started sinking. They kind of forced me to get sober at the wrong time, and it was a really strange situation. It was not even me or my family. It was like an outside source, and they had some sort of control over me, and they just didn't want me to get high. But I wasn't really getting that high. I was just coping with life, and I didn't have the right medicine. Because fentanyl really changed my life. There's many brands of fentanyl. The purple one is my kind, and it goes for the JC Crew people, who are, we call this the JC Crew Club. And purple fentanyl is really good for us because of our aura. You match the color. There's actually a color coding table you follow to know the right medicine, and it really works. Yeah, but I couldn't get the purple one. I do the white one. They also have red.
How long have you been on the streets?
I'm not like really, really on the streets, but I'm definitely on the streets at the same time, because I was kind of shut out. They closed the door on me. They wouldn't let me in, or they wouldn't let they thought I was someone else, and they just refused to open the doors, and they all took off and closed it behind me. So I've been very lonely, very sad. I felt very used.
What do you do for money?
Well, they put money in my card, but people just usually pull it out. They got access to my EBT card. I don't know how they do it, but they do it. Then they block my parents' numbers, and they took all my contacts away. I can't even reach my mother. I can't reach my father. If you can find them, like if somebody knows where I am, because it even doesn't even look like the same city. I might be in the portal house, which is really real, and they just didn't know. They thought it was spiritual.
What city is your family in?
Where's my family? Sorry?
What city is your family in?
Los Angeles, California.
Mm-hmm. That's where we are.
But we might be in the spiritual world is really real, because somebody immortalized it as realer than this physical. I don't know. So I think it overlayered. And it's really complicated to find people now. It's almost really scary. Because there's a map of the universe. I hope somebody finds it.
When's the last time you spoke to your family?
I feel like I speak to them all the time because I always hear them around me. I don't do really well when I don't do really well when I'm alone sometimes.
What do you go through emotionally living this life?
What do I go through what?
Do you get depressed? Do you get anxious? Do you get angry? Do you
Very
get...
depressed. Sorry?
Do you have any regrets in your life?
Yeah? Well, they're just contorting things. They're lying to the people. I can hardly hear my mother. They're just lying to the people. They put veils over your eyes. So many. I could look like anybody. They immortalized me as the devil. But you can change it right away. I can look like anybody. You know? You just have to do... Someone has... My soulmate, my significant other, is supposed to have, like, access to my... You know, he would know me, right? You think he'd know me. But, like, where is he? That he would have access to my MK Ultra codes. But he took off or something. So somebody else, so some foreign country has access to it. And so they're always messing with me. Like, I'm an 8 AI official. I'm a 10 AI spiritually, officially. So being like this, I had to cut off everything. And I'm just extremely unconscious. And people keep on trying to make me look bad. I don't know why.
Have you been in love before?
See, I hear horrible things, like someone's hitting my son. Where's my baby? And I hear crying. Like, it's just like, I can't live like this. I want to go home. I have two kids, you know?
You do?
Yeah, three and two. I have one I wasn't aware of, really. It's a strange story, too. I think women have babies all the time we're not aware of.
How many children do you have?
I have three. I found out that I had three. I had a really big tummy, and it got really small. I love my babies. I love all of them. Balthazar, Bizarrius, Bizarre are my three British babies. They live in England. And we rarely speak, but I used to make their lunches for them in the spiritual world for their, they would call it football, soccer in the field. And they would have knapsacks. You hang them in the tree. And I wanted to be cool like their other moms, you know. I tried like a few times. They're a lot bigger than me. They're like angelic birds, Carnarian lineage, royalty. And I'm just like this little thing from like 12 months. I'm not even like truly like, you know, I'm like trying, but I do have my spiritual clothes, so hopefully I don't want to look like, you know, strange, and I don't embarrass them. They get embarrassed. And then I have a son, Tristan, Valentine. He's a really, really beautiful boy, and I'm really proud of him. I miss him terribly all the time. I like dedicate my life to make my kids happy. I seal their futures. They got the perfect future. They have a perfect past history. Like, I really worked on them, including a lot of my other spiritual children. But Leander, I love Leander, and I'm really close to them. Spirit, they're with me all the time. We go off together and we come back, and we're really like happy, holy spirits. So we rarely come down like together, all of us together. It's very rare, which is really sad.
When's the last time you saw your kids?
Well, I'm with them all the time, like, so it's hard to say when I last saw them, physically played with them. It's been like 3 3 years now, 4 years maybe. But I saw my child just because of this situation, because I can't be looking like a monster in front of them. Like, I don't know, I feel like someone is playing with the camera work, in my body, but I have to be really, 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 it's not that I can't be around my children. I just want them to have like a normal life, and I don't want these strange people knowing where I live, I don't want anyone following me home. It scares me. I feel like there's this guy that like knows where I live and he wants to like hurt my family or something, and it just makes me so paranoid. I don't dare go anywhere. Like, I don't dare to go home. Like, I'd rather not go home and know where they are. I know they're safe and happy where they are. I want to be with them so bad, it kills me.
How long have you been living like this? Using drugs and all this?
See, like, we get pregnant really fast. Like, it's kind of funny. Like, spiritually too, I guess. Like, I just got a belly. Like, see, I'm not crazy. Like, it's really funny. Spiritual mothers do that. When do I what? Sorry?
When did the drug use start for you?
Drug use started for me. It's not really focusing on drugs. I'm not really a drug addict. Like I said, like, it's oxygen to me. Fentanyl means heaven sent in reverse. I read the book right to left, first page, because all the books are written the wrong way. The government mistranslated everything. The sobriety is meant for a group of boys called the Blue Cops. And it's for the sobriety blue book, and it means sobriety code. It means, no, it doesn't mean that. That's an old agenda. It's in reversal, not the opposite. Perfect opposite if you use the opposite. New dictionary, Numerian written alphabet, English, Stanford Standard New Dictionary with perfect words only. It's really important so people don't misunderstand the words. No one's speaking badly about anybody or badvaciously about anybody. They're not being uglifiest with their words.
What was your favorite memory from your childhood?
What?
Your favorite memory from your childhood?
So bright, so sensitive, my eyes. Pupils are like not a good thing sometimes because they let us, it's a good thing to have now, but I don't know. Sometimes I can't see so well. Hurts. Sorry?
What was your favorite memory from your childhood?
I don't know. I still want to go back home. I'm still a kid. I want to be on Earth. I'm really like 7 years old. If you put me on Earth, I start shrinking. I'm mesencephalisa legible, like the very first one. I had a private life though. Like, we're the 12-month Holy Spirit small pool people. No one ever would see us. There's more than one layer here. Like, there's like up to like 14. I heard. I'm aware of 7. So it's not just like 1 or 2 or 3. It's like a whole freaking, no, there's more than 7. Because you have the age groups. That's per age group. You have like 20 of them, 20 age groups.
What's your greatest strength?
What do you mean, incitement? What's happening?
Like, what are there any personality traits that you have, any talents that you have that you're particularly
where's
proud
the
of?
U.S. military? Like, where are you? Like, I've been screaming like subconsciously for their help. 3 days is the most longest you can imprison someone. I'm just like, I don't even know. Like, everyone just disappeared. I'm like, what? Like, where did everyone go? I'm like with the originals. I'm an original, and I'm like, what's going on? I just had to deal with it. So upsetting to like all your friends are not there. I was like, I'm so happy to be back. Like, can't wait to see everybody, and then like they're just like gone. Like, and then I'm like in a different place. I still don't know where I am. Like, why does it look like LA and it's not? I hope they included this dimension. Yeah.
What's your greatest fear?
Greatest fear? My greatest fear is to be alone, like, and not have any companionships that know me. Like, oh, I know this, I know what you need, I know what you want, I'll be there for you. Someone to trust, someone to take your hand or hold your hand or like be with you. I just don't want to be alone. And right now I feel extremely isolated. I need to have friends that are my age, you know, and my type. Like, I can't just be trapped with animals by myself. I mean, I could, but that'd be really hard.
What was your worst experience in your life? What's been the roughest part?
Someone's like, say, go to sleep. Like, they're trying to make me look like a drug addict. It's like, this situation, like, what are you doing? Why do they do that? They're just manipulating everything. Like, who has my MQ Ultra, like, remote? Prince of what? He must hate me. Hate Vacious is me. Why can't I have my own control? I deserve it. I won my original custody over myself. Like, I won my own, you know, I worked just as hard as the hardest working man in Israel and 3 more days than him. So I really deserve my pay. People are stealing everything. I mean, they don't even give me $1,000. They don't give me any money. Like, it's really hard. And they don't like me. Like, why would they want to purchase my rights to my life and my body when they're just kind of making fun of it? Like, fun with it. I take my life very seriously. I'm really concerned about my future not being exactly what I wanted it to be or dreamed of it to be. And I guess that's normal. I don't know. I just wish that I had someone that would love me and care for me would have more control over me, you know, but I don't need someone to have control over me. Like, I can handle myself. I don't have like a husband that's gonna like do that. Like, I have my kids, I'll have future kids, but I'm so homesick. Like, I need to be in my planetarium. I cannot live like in a planetarium that's not for me. It hurts so much to breathe, to walk, everything. It's just like, it's not natural.
Did you have dreams of doing something with your life?
Sorry?
Did you have goals and dreams of something you'd like to do with your life?
Oh yeah, of course, God. I feel like we've lost heaven, like, and I can't seem to see it. Like, I was so perfect before. You don't even know like how perfect everything was. And then for this infiltration to have happened, you know, in the subconscious world, it just killed everything. And I don't know how to get it back. I'm trying so hard to feel it and to like find it, and I just like can't. Yeah? Oh, so they're just playing with me then. I can never be seen. Who has it? Can we buy the rights back from the government in Persia? Because it's so impossible. They don't let me do anything. They let me feel bad. They're killing my whole thing. I mean, they're just destroying all the things they've done. Pull it up. All the destructive patterns they've done to me. No. It's the 2/19/1988, UCLA. And then my born again birthday, spiritually and physically, because he immortalizes more real, was 3/18/2020. Yeah. I need a bed initiation. I'm like a baby. I need to sleep for like 8 months straight. I'm a lampire, so. Lampire, like LAMBPIRE.
What's a lampire?
A baby, it's like a, I don't know. I'm so homesick. Oh my gosh. I miss my room at Cordell place. I would do anything to go back to my planet. Like, I need to go to my planet. I need to go home. I'm so homesick. I can't even handle it. I don't know how to get home. I feel like all my friends are leaving me on the stage and not helping me get out. I'm gonna go over to Scott's. I love my boyfriend. He's like, great. I feel like he doesn't love me as much back recently. I don't know why. He's been really strange and isolated. I just hope he's okay. Yeah. I start seeing sparkles. Like, I don't know, sometimes I'm in different dimensions. I mean, you don't pull someone out of their trip when they're in pneumonia. Pneumonia is a place to get high in. That's why we have it. It's to get high in. And you can have fun there. It's where everyone's getting high. It's not meant to be like a normal place. Yeah. Oh no, here we go again. The diamond bar. See, I just think we're back in life, and then I realize, oh no, I must be like not in heaven on earth. I'm not in the small pool. I'll try and replicate it as best as I can, and I can't. It's just not. I feel like I'm in hell. Okay, sorry, I was just asking a question. I'm telepathic, so sometimes, well, not really. I just hear, I'm the inner Holy Spirit, so I can hear. Oh, it's for the real world? Oh, I wouldn't show this for the real world. I wouldn't have done that at all. Not at all. Like I keep 3 planetariums like really, really, perfect. Like my sister, she has a perfect everything. Like she's so perfect. She deserves it. Like she has no memories of anything horrible happening to her. Like she's perfect. Like her baggage is good. She has a perfect future. I put her in a planetarium like away from everybody because they were so bad, and she didn't deserve to have that anymore. And she's so good. Like so I can relax. But after I finish saving everyone and they're all set up, I'm like, uh-oh, like what do I do? So I can relax, knowing that they're all having a great future and they're perfect. But like, I'm lonely. Yeah. Yeah. Sorry? Yeah, I know. It's so scary. I'm so frightened. Why? Yeah, we go ahead, Mom. I'm so scared. I want to be with my family. How do I reach you? Yeah, I'm going to see Scott right now, okay? I'll be there in like 10 minutes. Where are you? Okay, don't go anywhere because I want to see you at the RV. I'm so lonely. Like, I have to hold on to like my friends. And like I said,